myself Ranjita Shamanto, and today I am going to share with you a portion of English grammar, and I am going to deal with you noun and its types. If you think it's helpful, please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. Now, do you know what a noun is? A noun is a naming word. A noun is a word that is used to name a person, place, animal, thing, idea or a feeling. Now today I am going to share the types of nouns with you all. There are 8 types of noun. Number 1, concrete noun. Number 2, abstract noun. Number 3, proper noun. Number 4, common noun. Number 5, countable noun. Number 6, uncountable noun. Number 7, collective noun. Number 8, compound noun. Now moving on to concrete noun. Do you know what a concrete noun is? Concrete noun is the things which exist physically and that can be recognizable through our senses. You can see whatever I have written there. Now take some examples. Can you touch a wood or a table? You can touch a pen. All those are examples of concrete noun. Means whatever you can touch in this world is an example of a concrete noun. Now moving on to abstract noun. It has no physical existence in reality. It cannot be seen and cannot be recognizable through our senses. It refers to ideas, emotions and qualities. Examples are love, strength, confidence, ambition. Now can you tell me whether you can touch love, whether you can touch strength and whether you can feel your confidence? You can feel your confidence. You cannot touch the confidence, and I know that you are very much confident about your studies. A proper noun identifies a particular person, place, thing, organization, days of a week, months of a year. Now let us take some examples. Say a person's name is Avnish. Name of a place is Amritsar. Organization's name is Samundra Agency. Days of a week is Wednesday. Name of a thing is aeroplane. Months of a year is November. Now here you are going to learn something extra. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Moving on to the next part, which deals with common noun. A common noun defines generic name for item in a class or a group. It does not define a particular or specific person. It can be a overall view. Means it can be a boy or a girl. I am not particularly mentioning that boy or a girl's name. That is why a boy or the girl is a common noun. It can be a dog, it can be a cat. Suppose if the dog's name is Jimmy, then it comes under the heading of proper noun. But the dog itself comes under the heading of common noun. The countable noun part. Now as the name suggests, we can count this type of noun. It can be singular or can be plural also. We can add a and the before the countable noun. A and the is the form of article. Now we can say how many. You can ask questions how many. Since we can count, we can ask questions how many. Example, book, umbrella, pen, etc. We can say how many books are there, how many umbrellas are there, or we can count them also. Now moving on to the uncountable part. Since the name suggests it cannot be counted. Moving on to the uncountable part, and the uncountable noun cannot be counted. Here it can be only measured. It cannot be counted, but it can be only measured. No singular or no plural form of noun is present here. No use of a and the. Thus, no use of a and the. Articles cannot be put here. We can measure it, thus we can ask questions like how much. Example, milk, sugar, rain, etc. We can say give me 1 kg of milk, but we cannot say give me 2 milks, give me 3 milks. Now when you go to a shop, do you tell the shopkeeper to give me 1 sugar or 2 sugar? You don't say so. What do you say? You say that give me 1 kg or 2 kg of sugar. Can you count rain? It is impossible to count rain. So these are uncountable nouns. Now moving on to the collective nouns. Collective, the name suggests that it is a collection of nouns. Now collective nouns are used to name a group of places, animals, person or things as a unit. Means we are naming a group, we are creating a group, we are naming a group. Examples are army of soldiers, flock of sheep, band of musicians, swarm of bees, team of players, pack of cards, etc. Collective nouns are army, flock, band, swarm, team, pack, etc. Now moving on to the compound noun. Compound noun are 2 or more words are combined to signify a single noun. What did I say? I am repeating. 2 or more words combined to signify a single noun, that is compound noun. 2 words are coming together, means we are joining 2 words. There are 3 types of compound noun. Those are closed compound noun, hyphenated compound noun and open compound noun. Now first one is closed compound noun. Means this is a type of noun where the words are joined together and there is no gap between the words. Take an example like bedroom or motorcycle. Do we give space between bed and room? We don't give space between bed and room. We just write the words together, bedroom. Do we give space between the motorcycle? We don't give space between motorcycle. We just write the word into a single word, motorcycle. Now hyphenated noun means here there should be an use of hyphens. As you can see, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law and many more are there. We have used hyphen in between them. That's why this kind of noun is called hyphenated compound noun. Now moving on to open compound noun. Open compound noun, as the name suggests, that it is a group of words that cannot be joined together. Means there will be some space between those 2 words, like full moon. We don't write full moon together. We give a space between full and moon. We don't write swimming pool together. We give space between swimming and pool. Now this comes to the end of the chapter. Let's recall what we have learned throughout. Here we are going to learn the types of nouns and their examples, what a noun is, and for these I am giving you some examples more so that you can have a thorough practice. Have fun, keep learning. Bye.